Are collections holding you back and causing you to have bad credit? Well, in today's video, I am going to show you what you need to do if you have collections that are on your credit report, how to deal with them, what to do, how to do it, you name it, I got you. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott, and if you are new here, check in the comments, let me know you are new here. Please make sure that you have subscribed to the channel, turn those bell notifications on, and most importantly, watch all of the videos in this 26 plus credit repair secrets playlist, where I am giving you a ton of value on how to fix your credit. Whether you're fixing your own credit or helping other people fix theirs, this is the real deal information that you need to know, because I always tell you guys, if you knew better, you would do better. And I give you the information that you need to know, not necessarily what you want to hear. Because if I were here to just tell you, oh, yes, 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 yes. No, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. If it was that easy and it was truly just so simple to get these things done, everyone would have excellent credit and there would be no need for credit repair. Now, of course, what we see online is the best of the best results. We don't ever get to see the flip side to that. We don't ever get to see all the other customers that didn't get the results that they were hoping for. And then that is why I tell you, it is time to invest in yourself, learn this information, and take action. Okay. So there are a few ways that you can deal with collections, but before we get to that, let's break down the types of collections that there are. There are what's called third-party collections. This is where a third party has either been hired to collect on behalf of a company, or they have acquired, aka they have purchased the debt from a company. Usually when junk debt buyers purchase debt, they literally purchase it for pennies on the dollar. So there is a lot of room for negotiation. Now, here's the solution to that, right? You have a few different choices, but let's get back to the subject at hand. One more thing I forgot to mention. There are also collections that can be reported from the original creditor. And this is where it can kind of get a little confusing, because what happens is, say, for example, you have a credit card that you didn't pay and now it is a charge off. Now, charged off accounts technically should have a zero balance because they are fully discharged, meaning they discharge the debt, and oftentimes you'll get a 1099 form in the mail to pay taxes on this said forgiven debt, right? Some cases you do, some cases you don't. But in most cases, if you still see that collection being reported from that original card and there's a balance, they have not discharged the debt. So there is still a debt. It's still reporting a balance every single month. All right. So that means that they're still trying to collect on it. And it's still being reported as a derogatory womp, womp, womp every single month on your credit report, dragging your credit score down. We don't need that there. We got to patch up all the holes so we can move up. We can't move up if we've got holes and we've got rocks and problems with our foundation. If the foundation ain't solid, we can't build on it. Okay, period. There's no point in putting sugar on you know what. All right. So here's what we got to do. We've got a couple options. Number one, don't be afraid to pay your debt. Okay, because in some cases, it's best to do so. It's best to do it properly so it doesn't come back and bite you in the butt later. Because if you go through credit repair and say you get a debt deleted from your credit report, that does not make the debt go away. Okay, what happens is the debt is still there. This said person is still going to report it. They're still going to try to collect on it. They might sue you. You know, they have a statute of limitations, which we're going to cover in this series, of how long they can sue you for. And in California here, it's 4 years from the time that you first became delinquent on the account. So they have a 4-year period. Now, it can also be sold again to another debt buyer, and then they can report it onto your credit report when you least expect it. And if you are going through a home loan, it's really important that that doesn't come back to haunt you later. If your goal is to purchase a home, you want to make sure that you take care of this debt once and for all, okay? And sometimes that means paying it, especially if you're like, hey, it was my debt. I went through a rough time. It is what it is. You can generally resolve and pay for these between 20 and like 60%, okay, of what the debt is. So if you have $1,000 debt that you owe, or $1,000 collections that they're trying to collect on, offer them $200. If the debt company owns the debt, they have a lot more room for negotiation. If they're collecting on behalf of a company for a product or a service, they have less room to negotiate. And a lot of times they have to go back to the person and say, hey, they offered this. Are you willing to do it? Right? And there's no point in trying to make an offer when you can't pay it in full right then and there. Now, you can do payments, but a lot of times if you are doing payments, you're not going to get the best deal. And the chances of you finishing those payments, I don't know. You know, we've got to see what that likelihood is like, right? But it's no point in trying to make payments if you're only going to make a couple payments and then you're like, fuck this, or screw this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to pay it. I just want to dispute it. I just want it to go away. Well, you restarted the debt time clock because you done made some payments on it. So you've already messed up. You might as well just continue. But you can get a much better deal if you try to just make one payment. Say, hey, I'm offering you $300. It's all that I got, but I'm willing to settle and pay this because I don't agree. You were never able to provide me a breakdown of how you came up with this alleged $1,000 debt that you say that I owe. But just to get this behind me, get it settled and not have to worry about it and get it removed from my credit report, I'm willing to settle for $300, right? Sometimes you have to speak with a manager. Why? Because your average collection agent is incentivized on collecting more money, right? And managers are generally on salary, and they get bonus based on performance. So of course they have an invested interest on wanting you to pay, but they also, have a neutral, standing ground, and they can accept things that normal telephone agents aren't able to accept. So always speak with the manager, be payment ready. All right. Don't try to be fancy and get all this stuff over the phone before you pay. Oh, I want this. I want that. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. If you're talking to the company, you verified everything, pay the company. All right. If you've already talked to the original creditor and you're like, hey, Verizon, I know that I owe you this much, but it's actually inaccurate because I returned this equipment, and they're like, hey, we don't own the debt, or we can't talk to you about this. You got to talk to ABC Collections because that's who's handling it. Okay, document everything, write everything down, contact ABC Collections, and then try to negotiate with them. Hey, ABC Collections, I returned this. I have proof, or I don't have proof, but whatever the case is, I'm willing to settle for $300. Take it or leave it. Okay. And part of the negotiation, once you pay for a collection, is I also request that this trade line be removed from my credit report once it is paid in full. Once it is paid in full, I just request confirmation that you received the payment and that you have requested the trade line to be deleted from the 3 major credit bureaus. That's what you need, okay? Because you could take that letter and you can send it on over to them directly. So say, for example, you're going through a mortgage and you're like, I need this collection off like today, right? And I've actually had some clients that have gone through this where they were good, they got their credit pulled like 2 or 3 times, and then on that final pull, a collection came up from a utility company. And funny enough, it was Comcast. And they're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, look, just pay it and get the letter from Comcast saying that they have agreed to delete the trade line. And then you can give that to the mortgage company and they can do a rapid rescore. That's what you need to do, guys. And sure enough, they did that. They were golden. They just needed that letter saying that they have requested the trade line be deleted, because it can take up to, 30, 45, sometimes even 60 days before that information is removed or reflected on your credit report. And that's why it's so important to know this information, invest in yourself, invest your time into learning this information, because anyone else on the internet would tell you, don't pay your collections, just blah, 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 and dispute it and claim identity theft and You pay these people to do it and it goes away initially and it comes right back, and it will keep on coming back because they'll sell the debt and the next junk debt buyer will report it, and so on and so forth. So if you truly want to take care of things and not have them come back and bite you in the rear later, then this is the best recourse to do, because you're taking care of it like an adult should, instead of saying, I didn't do it, it was identity theft, blah, 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 right? And people still do that to this day. And hey, I can't say that I understand, but this is your opportunity to have a fresh restart. But unfortunately, they will never take it serious. You have to really appreciate the process, appreciate the opportunity to be able to start over and have a fresh start at a fresh new life with fresh new credit that you are going to cherish and that you are going to really, just be committed to, right? You have to be committed to this credit. And I'm going to tell you one thing, credit is a very powerful tool and it's such a fine line that we have to walk. So it's really important that you have your mindset and you really are like, hey, I can't touch these credit cards because they're for decoration. No, I can't pay this late payment because that could affect me for the next 7 years. You make your next move, your best move, and an educated move. I'll see you on the next video. Comment the word guide if you want this credit repair secrets guide. Comment the word community if you want to join the community and add trade lines, get discounts on trade lines once you are all cleaned up. I'll see you there and see you on the next video. Take care.